All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining our channel, Eating in the City. As you can see here, we have the Blove Smackalicious sauce in flavor mild. So we're going to go ahead and show you how we made our sauce. Of course, we are following the ingredients to the T according to the back of the packet. And as you can see here, we have a pot on the stove. We are going to put it on medium heat. So the first things first, what we have here are the chicken stock. We have one large onion, sushi ginger. We have minced garlic, balsamic vinegar, Coca-Cola, and the Bee Loves Life packet, seasoning packet. Now also we're going to add 4 sticks of butter. I'm starting off with only 3 sticks, and then I will put the 4th stick towards the end. So we're going to go ahead and get that butter melted so it can be nice and creamy and give all the flavor to this sauce. Okay, so once again, the heat is on medium. We do not want the butter to melt too fast and burn. So as it's melting down, I will start chopping the onions, as you will be able to see in a few seconds here. So I'm adding the 3 sticks, and you can see that it's on medium heat, so it's hot enough, but not too hot to melt the butter so fast. Now I'm chopping up, this is 1 large sweet onion. I'm chopping it the long way so that you can have nice, thin, long strips. Now remember to tuck those fingers back, okay? We don't want to make a mistake and chop any fingers off. No accidents in the kitchen. So tuck those fingers back and cut the onion the long way. Now once you get so far back that you can't tuck anymore, then you can turn the onion the short way and just chop that way. So as you see, the butter is melting, but not too fast, but at the right speed and temperature. So we're going to go ahead and finish chopping up that large onion. I just love sauteed onions. Sauteed onions in butter. Oh, it tastes so wonderful. It tastes so good. When it becomes that translucent color, that's when you know that it is ready. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and chop up that second half of the onion so that it can be nice and ready. Nice and ready to eat. Okay, we're still cutting. Butter is still melting, so it's not burning. It's melting, so we're making good time here. Now we're going to add our onion. We're going to add our onions to that butter sauce. And as you can see, there's some other onions on the side, but that's for a second pot that we also made for someone else. So don't pay the other onions any attention. We only added 1 large onion. So make sure you do not throw the onions in there. We don't want it to splash on you. So safety first. Safety first. You're working with a hot surface. And make sure you get every single bit of those onions. No food wasted. You make sure that we use every bit of everything that we need. So as you can see, those onions are in there in that buttery sauce, and it'll start cooking. The onions will start cooking down and eventually become translucent. Okay, so we made the sauce 1 day before our actual seafood boil so that it can have time to marinate and all of the flavors come together. It's going to be so good. Can't wait. All right, so besides the minced ginger, we also used some fresh ginger. That was about 10 cloves, and we blended it and added it into the pot. So in addition to the fresh ginger, we're going to add the minced ginger, store-bought minced ginger. Okay, in just one moment you'll see that. And we put approximately, that's the ginger, we put approximately 3 to 4 scoops, but put, you know, as much ginger as you like. I like ginger with seafood, so we put about 4 scoops of ginger in there. 4 nice hearty scoops. And you guys should smell it. It smells so good. It smells so good. So aromatic. And you know, you continue to stir. Make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom and that everything is cooking all together. Doesn't that look great? That looks so good. We can stop right there if we want to and just enjoy our seafood. That's the 4th scoop. And then I took a little bit of that ginger flavor, that ginger sauce, and added it. And you just stir it in. So you're constantly stirring, you're constantly mixing and adding, and just let them, all of the flavors come together. They can marinate. Okay, so that's the sushi ginger, and as you see in Blove's video, she adds all of the good liquid. So that's the liquid to the sushi ginger. I just love ginger. It just adds a natural, cleansing taste to everything that you eat. Ginger is so good. And so that's the sushi ginger. That's the brand we used. We couldn't find the pink ginger, the pink pickled one, so we was able to find the white sushi ginger. So here we are, here I am scooping it out, and we're going to use the entire jar of ginger. It wasn't a whole lot, so we decided, and ginger is so good on almost everything. And we're going to chop it up into fine pieces, just as Blove has done in her videos. Chop it up as fine as you would like, because it's soft, because it was in that juice. So it's easy to chop up. So I think I'm going to chop it up, give it a fine chop about 3 or 4 times, just turning with every chop, so that I can get them as equal as possible. Look at that. Oh, I love ginger so much. It smells so good. And so that's the 3rd rough chop of the ginger. And so once we finish chopping that up, that too will be added into the sauce. See, no food wasted. Be careful when you're using the knife and you're scraping things off. Okay, so I chopped it up one more time just to give it extra fine chop. And that's just a rough chop. A rough chop of the ginger. And as you can see back there, we have the balsamic vinegar, we have the Coca-Cola, and the chicken stock left to add, and also the seasoning packet. So there's the ginger going into the butter sauce. Ooey gooey. And as you see, the heat is turned on. So once again, you mix it up, and the onions are cooking. They're starting to get translucent. They're starting to get translucent. So scraping down all of the sides here. And do you smell that? That whiff of aromatics. Okay, so that's the unsalted. We chose unsalted chicken stock because we did not want to add additional salt. We know that the seasoning has some salt in it. So we're just eyeing the chicken stock. You can add as much or as little as you want. The packet, I believe, calls for 1 cup of chicken stock, but we wanted to thin it out a little bit more. And actually, we're going to end up adding more stock to it. But you put as much stock as you want in the consistency that you want. So next, I believe we're going to put the balsamic vinegar. Now it only asks for just a touch of balsamic vinegar. Please do not add a whole lot. Do not add a whole lot of balsamic vinegar. Okay, here's the last stick of butter I'm going to add in before I add the seasoning pack. And I'm just breaking that down so that it can melt faster and incorporate into the butter sauce. Okay, so here's the packet once again. That's how it looks. And the packet is like filled to the top. It's a lot of seasoning in there. It's a lot of seasoning. So as you can see, there's some orange colors. You see green in the packet. And so now you stir that in. Stir the seasoning in. And let that cook and marinate all together. Look at all that chunky goodness. All that chunky goodness. We have the onions, the garlic, the ginger, the butter, and now the seasoning. All cooking together to make that Blove Smackalicious sauce. Look at that. Look at that chunk. Look at that. Look at that. And you can see all the seasoning in there. You see the minced garlic. You definitely see the onions. So all we have to do is add the balsamic vinegar. Just a touch of it. All right. And then the Coca-Cola. So, yeah, you add as much as you would like. I'm gonna add a little bit more, a little later, but it's not a lot that was added. And basically the sauce is almost done. That's all of the ingredients. Now we're just going to let it cook. Like I said, we're going to add a little bit more stock to it. And I put it in the blender where the garlic was just to get the last bits of garlic that was stuck in there. You pour that in. Stir everything in together. And voila! That is the Blove Smackalicious sauce. So we're giving the final few stirs, showing you all that goodness. And as you can see it's still chunky. Of course, once we cook it, it may thicken up. It's going to thicken up a little bit more once everything marinates together. But for the most part, that is the Blove Smackalicious sauce. So we're just going to let it cook. One more view. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed.